of a bill for a law to establish the Lagos State Railway Corporation to improve rail transportation system in the state and for connected purposes. Protocol. The bill seeks to establish a legal and institutional framework for the development, management, and operation of a modern railway transport system within the state. The bill proposes the creation of the Lagos State Railway Corporation as a corporate body with the authority to operate, maintain, and expand rail infrastructure and services throughout the state. This bill seeks to put in place a more robust railway transportation system to ease and caution the effects of traffic congestion in the state, as well as improve socio-economic growth of the state. It is an established fact that where there is in existence a smooth operation of an intermodal system in a state, not only is the economy positively affected, the overall well-being of the residents will also be improved. This bill seeks to lay a solid and working foundation with respect to railway operations in the state. As earlier pointed out, the purpose of the bill is to ease traffic congestion, stimulate economic development, and provide an environmentally sustainable alternative to road transport. The bill, which contains 28 clauses, set out powers of the corporation, functions of the board, appointments, duties of the inspector of railways, funds of the corporation, and its relationship with the federal acts that regulate railway system in the country, as other government agencies that are already saddled with similar functions. Clause 1, which is the interpretation clause, defines key terms used throughout the bill to ensure clarity. It carefully delineates the meaning of essential concepts such as railway infrastructure, luggage, vehicle, and goods. The clause also defines charges and fares to encompass the payments associated with railway operations. These definitions provide the foundation for understanding and applying the provisions of the bill. Clause 2 of the bill formally establishes the Lagos State Railway Corporation as a body corporate with perpetual session and a common seal. This gives the corporation legal personality, allowing it to sue and be sued in its corporate name. The objectives of the corporation in Clause 3 are ambitious yet clearly aligned with the transportation needs of Lagos. The corporation is tasked with providing efficient and reliable railway services, enhancing urban mobility, and reducing traffic congestion. It also aims to promote economic growth by improving connectivity across the state, ensure passenger and infrastructure safety, and pursue environmentally sustainable transport solutions. Collectively, these objectives reflect the state's commitment to modernizing its transport network through rail-based solutions. Clause 4 establishes the Lagos State Railway Corporation Governing Board and outlines its composition. The board comprises of a chairman who must possess at least 15 years of experience in transport services or infrastructure development, the commissioner for transport, the managing director of LASRACO, the managing director of Lamata, and 4 other members with relevant professional qualification, and at least 10 years government experience in transportation infrastructure development. Members of the board are appointed by the governor on the recommendation of the Commissioner for Transportation, subject to confirmation of the House of Assembly. Please note that the inclusion of the managing director of Lamata on this board cannot be emphasized. Clause 5 sets the tenure of board members as 4 years, renewable for another 4 times yearly. Years only. Clause 6 empowers the governor to determine the remuneration of members of the board in line with state financial policies. Clause 7 to 10 provide for the cessation of office of members of the board, conduct of meetings, decision-making processes, quorum, and voting rights. The board must meet at least 4 times a year, and the chairman holds both a deliberative and casting vote to bring ties respectively. Clause 11 gives the board power to regulate its own proceedings. Clause 12 empowers the board to co-opt experts for advisory purposes. Clause 13 provides for the common seal of the board, which shall be authenticated by the signature of the managing director and secretary or some other authorized person. Clause 15 outlines the board's core functions, including providing policy direction, approving budgets, monitoring implementation, managing senior staff appointments, and ensuring efficient use of resources. Overall, these provisions establish a transparent and accountable governance structure to steer the corporation effectively. Clause 16 defines the power of the corporation, which includes to plan, design, and develop railway infrastructure across the state. B. Enter into agreements or partnerships with private or public entities for railway development. C. Set fares and tariffs. D. Acquire land for projects. E. Establish safety and operational standards. F. Make policies related to research and introduce innovations to improve efficiency and service delivery in railway operations. The functions of the corporation in Clause 17 include to A. Manage day-to-day railway transportation. B. Maintain infrastructure. C. Provide safe and reliable services. D. Collaborate with Lamata and other transport agencies to ensure seamless intermodal transport. This is because Lamata is the main body in the state that is saddled with transportation infrastructure development. This will have a symbiotic relationship between the corporation and Lamata. The corporation is also mandated to generate revenue for the state, undertake planning for future expansion, and ensure high safety and service standards. The bill in its clause 18 provides for a managing director who shall serve as the chief executive officer of the corporation. The managing director shall be appointed by the governor, subject to confirmation by the House of Assembly for a renewable term of 4 years. The managing director oversees the day-to-day administration of the corporation, including personnel management, project execution, and regulatory compliance. The managing director shall be responsible for developing strategies, supervising staff, managing finances, and ensuring that railway operations adhere to both state and national regulations. The managing director also has the authority to delegate functions to the inspector of railways and any other authorized officer. This clause positions the managing director as the operational head responsible for implementing the board's policies and maintaining corporate efficiency in accordance with the provision of the law. Clause 19 provides for the funds of the corporation to with state budgetary allocations, revenue generated from the operations of the corporation, grants, loans, donations, and other lawful means approved by the state. This funding model allows the corporation to operate sustainably and engage in large-scale infrastructure development in relation to railway operations in the state. Clause 21 prohibits any individual or private entity from constructing or operating a railway within the state without the consent of the corporation. This provision safeguards the corporation's statewide uniformity and safety. Clause 22 empowers the corporation to make regulations in accordance with the regulations and approval law of the state. This flexibility allows the corporation to respond to emerging issues in railway operations and to maintain compliance with the evolving safety and service standards. Clause 23 provides for the audit of the accounts of the corporation within 6 months after the end of each financial year. Clause 24 mandates the corporation to submit a report of its activities to the governor not later than 30th September of each year. Clauses 26 to 27 introduce the Office of the Inspector of Railways, a crucial safety and technical oversight role. The inspector, who shall be a qualified civil engineer with at least 15 years government experience, shall be responsible for inspecting any railway or portion of railway, investigating accidents, and and ensuring full compliance with safety regulations. This framework introduces a robust inspection system to guarantee operational integrity